заспаунились. Слишком круто выгляжу. Ложу пока что эти вещи. Так.
To eat something. My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
А, ну теперь рогалики, не лепешки дают. Ну ладно. Раньше тут были лепешки сладкие.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any... If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with...
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet, along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him. Good luck to you.
Okay.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, it was very good. Did you bake it yourself?
I did. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Greetings, Henry.
Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about...
All right.
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon and we harnessed an old nag the bandits had left behind. The soldiers escorted us all the way here, God bless them.
What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibishek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while yet.
Why would Zibishek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. Doesn't surprise me he joined them. If you knew what he did to me.
Tell me.
When those... humans, they call them. When the humans came, Zibishek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard! Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzig. I promised father I'd take it to him. I have to get it back.
Well, you can't. Just be thankful you're still alive.
What happened to the other survivors from Skalitz?
They sought refuge in Ratay, and some of the Ratay folk are none too happy about it.
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias? Johanka? Did they make it?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhoyed. Johanka is in Sasau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Ratay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzig, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
How did you get away from those Cumans?
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone. And kept me for last. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe my life and more to you.
And I owe mine to you. The scales are balanced. I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be. I'd like to know... So, how'd you like it in Ratai?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in our hour of need, but for how much longer? They'll grow tired of us soon enough.
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Ratay's citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Do you know anything about those human rapists? About... you know.
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they... well, folk tell awful stories about them. I hope I...
So... that's all.
What's that dog you have here? He looks familiar.
Don't you remember him? It's Mart, the butcher's dog.
Ah, of course. When I went back to bed, faithful dog.
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along too. He's been hanging around the mill.
How's he doing?
A lot better now. I slipped him something good now and again when Uncle wasn't looking.
He won't starve to death then. What does the miller have to say?
He can't stand him.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting that he's a useless mouth to feed and that'll skin him.
Jesus.
And it didn't even soften his heart when Mutt brought a hare from the wood. He was happy to eat it, but it didn't change his mind.
I could have a word with him.
That would be a waste.
Does he obey you?
Me? No, he's got a mind of his own, and I'm just not strict enough.
Ah, spoil.
No, he just hasn't learned many commands. But he's well...
How long has he been with you?
More or less since we came here. He runs off now and again, but he always comes back. Sometimes I don't see him all day. I think he likes to go wandering.
So he's doing quite well then?
Yeah, I'd keep him, but... he reminds me too much of Tinker. I don't want to think about Skalitz. So, I thought...
Me?
I'm sure the two of you would get... He's a handsome fella and lovable. I'd be very happy if you...
But we never had a dog at the smithy. We never needed one.
Come on.
I don't know.
Oh, come...
alright. I'll take him.
Thanks, Henry. Go and get him then. He's sniffing around somewhere.
What actually happened to you in Skalitz? I mean, during the attack and...
That's a long story. Not... Are you sure you want to hear it now?
I do.
All right, then.
Погнали. Начало
Was a day
выполнения
like any
женской
other.
доли.
Another ordinary day in my ordinary life. I awoke at first light, before the others. I like those kind of mornings best. When the first rays of sunshine quickly drive away the nighttime cold. Hello, you. Come here. And the breeze carries the scent of dew-covered grass and the bloom of spring. I wanted to get my chores done before the rest of the household was up. And this morning seemed made for that very purpose. Right, better get to work. I have to feed the hens, weed the garden, feed Tinker. I'd better get it all done before Papa is up.
Слияние с аватаром прошло успешно. Такой обзор классный. Бздышек.
I must bring Tinker a piece of meat. That'll be a nice treat. Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Good boy. That's my boy.
Come here, would you? What's the matter with you? You're like a lost soul.
Teresa, come here.
What do you need, Papa?
Go up and see the blacksmith. He made some nails for me. Here's some coin.
All right. Anything else while I'm at it?
No, unless you want to stop off at the market and buy some supplies. And before you go, wake Samuel. The boy's still lying in bed and won't stir. He ought to follow your example and Stebor's. You two don't have to be pushed to work. Well, at least he's still better than that good-for-nothing Zbyszek. The lazy wretch. A helper like that isn't worth a damn. If it weren't for his father, God rest his soul, I'd have thrown him out on his ear long ago.
Now, Father, you shouldn't be so hard on Zbyszek. You know he hasn't had an easy life.
And who has, girl? That's no excuse for laziness. You could tell him to get his ass to work, too.
Right. Go for nails, send Samuel and Zbyszek to work. If it's at all possible.
Aye, just so. Oh, and Teresa, once you've done all your chores for the day, I've a little surprise for you.
A surprise, Pa? Don't you want to tell me about it now?
Curiosity killed the cat. What kind of surprise would it be if I told you, girl?
Oh, all right. Sammy, get up. It's broad daylight, and the birds are singing.
Yeah, I'm up.
Have a bite to eat before going to the mine.
All right, Ma. You don't have to treat me like a child. Looks like it'll be nice today, eh? I could go to the pond fishing.
But you have to go to work.
I know. But maybe I can slip off after lunch.
There'll be no slipping off. You know very well Nemoy has been complaining about you.
What, about dropping that pail on Tonda's head? It was an accident.
Not the first accident you've had, though, was it?
Well, there you go, then. If I leave early, nothing will happen to anyone. And you can cook the fish for lunch tomorrow.
You silly sod. All you ever do at the pond is lie around. The only thing you'll catch is more trouble from the mine master when he finds out. Well, if you're not a child, you can sort it out yourself with Nemoy.
Don't I always?
Pa says you're idle, and if you carry on like that, he'll throw you out.
Ah! Why would he do that? Then he'd be left only with Stibor, and Stibor's not going to break his back working either.
Listen, Zbyszek. Pa's not happy with you, and if he says you're idling, you'd better make a bit of effort. I'm only telling you for your own good. You wouldn't want to lose your job now, would you?
You lot are always going on about work as if it was a blessing from heaven. All right. I'll get to work. Anything for a bit of peace.
That's more like it. You'll see it doesn't hurt.
Like you know of God.
I know what the priest told me, and what do you know?
And what if the priest lies? What if the scriptures say something different? How would you know?
What are you two quarreling about here, for the love of God?
This pipsqueak here claims studying is as hard a job as working in the stables.
I most certainly did not. Because study is, of course, much harder work than mucking out a bit of horse manure.
See? That's what I'm talking about. And yet, it's as clear as day.
Hang on. What's as clear as day?
That study is as hard as mucking out stables, if not harder.
A man who doesn't work with his hands is an idler, and a good for nothing. Am I wrong?
I I'd like to ask you a couple of questions before answering. You're a scholar. What are you doing in Skalitz?
I'm on my way to Sasau with letters. This ingrate here is stabling my horse overnight before I continue my journey.
What does your work involve, student?
I'm no student, but a baccalaureus, having completed the Trivium of the Faculty of Liberal Arts in the University of Prague. Grammar, rhetoric, and dialectics are my work, while this yokel wouldn't be capable even of learning Latin. Father arranged that I will serve as a teacher in Kuttenberg for 2 years, before returning to the university to attend the quadrivium. To teach and be taught, that is real work.
You serve Sir Radzig at the castle, don't you, Master Groom?
Aye, and Sir Radzig is very pleased with my work. I can be rightly proud of what I do, and I bring home a nice wage too. The children are fed, and the wife can buy herself a nice scarf from time to time. I'm satisfied with my lot. How many people can say that?
What's so hard about your job, Master Groom?
That's real work. Not like this parasite here does. On my feet from dawn till dusk, feeding, mucking out, grooming. By evening, I'm dead on my feet. I'm doing something real, see? Something that makes sense. Horses are needed for work, for the lords, for riding out, even in times of war. And someone has to care for those horses. All this good-for-nothing can do is mouth off. But he'd never be able to do a real job.
That's all I need to know. You're both right, but not one of you has a grain of sense. Work is work, whether it's done with your hands or your heart.
Ah, rhetoric worthy of Socrates himself, and out of the mouth of a woman. I bow to you, good maiden. The professors of Prague could learn a thing or two from you.
Are you saying this good-for-nothing here, who has to beg for his beer at the tavern, is my equal? But to hell with it. I won't argue.
Teresa, I'm glad to see you.
Can you come here a minute?
Johanka, what's up?
I was asking around for you. There's something we have to talk. Are you going to the dance this evening?
I'd like to go and have a look, if I have to. Why? Do you want to borrow my...
No. Nothing like... I've got a dress, but... I don't want... If you know what...
You want me to find you a dancing partner?
No. I've already picked one.
Let me guess.
Who else?
So, what's the problem? Just go and tell him. You've had your eye on him since the Harvest Festival. Surely you must have noticed by now.
He hasn't. I'm at a loss what to do.
Can't you just go and invite him straight out?
You must be joking. What if he doesn't like me? What if he's more interested in... No, not a chance.
So you'd like Matthias to take you to the dance, but you don't want to tell him?
That's right.
How in heaven's name do you want to do it then?
Easy. You're going to steal his lucky dice.
What? How is that supposed to help, for Christ's sake?
If you can get your hands on it without him noticing, he'll be looking everywhere for it. He'll be wandering around saying to himself, "Where did I put that damned dice?" And then I'll turn up. God be with you, Matthias. You didn't by any chance lose your dice? And he'll say,
Aye, Johanka, I did. Where on earth did you find it?
Oh, I found it near the tavern. You know there's going to be a dance there this evening. And then he'll finally get the message.
Oh, the dance. Yes. Johanka, wouldn't you like to go with me?
Of course. I'd love to. Then he'll take me. Never. Well, that's how it's going to help.
You can't be serious. That will never work.
It will. He loves that dice of his. He'll be overjoyed when I give it back to him.
All right, then.
Thank you, Tess. Bring the dice to me as soon as you have it.
Hang on, though. How?
He was saying at the tavern yesterday that he keeps it in his... Go and see Fritz first. I heard he's always got some lockpicks, whatever he wants them for. Anyway, no doubt...
Me? Pick locks? Johanka...
Well, then... maybe... But whatever you do, don't get... And not a word to Matthias. God's blessing.
About Matthias...
Yes?
I haven't done...
Then what are you waiting...
Ointments, all freshly prepared.
How are you?
Tell me, Matthias.
Johanka? Yeah, she's a nice girl. Actually, she's always... Why do you ask?
Johanka's a very nice girl, all right. Wouldn't you like to go and have a beer?
Beer? You know Johanka doesn't drink.
I suppose you could ask Johanka.
No offense, but if I wanted to dance with you, then I'd invite you.
I was just curious.
God be with you, Teresa.
Никого не могу придушить, ну ладно.
God be with you.
What's new, Fritz?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know.
Maybe. I've got...
They say it's going to carry on tomorrow too. And they'll be roasting a pig.
So I heard. I wonder how come so...
No, it wasn't his lordship's idea.
Master to buy it.
I don't know. Maybe he just wants to show off his wealth. I'd have roast pig and dancing every...
Listen, Fritz, I hear you know without a key.
Sure. All you have to do is charge at the door. Shoulder first.
I don't want to break down a door. I want to pick a lock.
Ah, you want a lockpick then?
Shh, not so loud.
Well, I can give you some. But you know what they say. Not even a pig grunts for free.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Who says that?
Mostly me. And everyone thinks it's fucking clever, so bugger off.
I need a couple of lock. Can we do something about...
Sure.
Are we agreed?
That's not enough. Aye, that would do it.
Интересно, что будет, если свалить отсюда?
I should head back. I've gotten too far away from home.
Save you, Tess.
Tell me.
You hunker? Actually, why do you ask?
I was just curious. Listen, Matthias. Fritz and Matthew have... It's about,
Are you yanking my pizzle? If they really want me, they know where to find.
Who are you?
Teresa, what are you playing at? Do you hear me? Don't think I won't call the catchpole on you.
Mother of God.
Teresa, what are you playing at?
There's someone there. For your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
About Matthias.
Yes?
I haven't dealt with...
Then what are you...
Hey!
Teresa, what are you playing at?
That sounded like...
Hey, who's... Hey! What's on? Do you need some help?
Good people. Herbs for your kitchen, as well as
What was that?
What do you think you're doing? I've a mind.
herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions. Well,
Good day, Teresa.
Tell me.
You hunker? What?
Make sure you ask her to that dance. Otherwise, I'll tell everyone.
Oh, yeah? The fellas put you up to this, didn't they? Let's make a fool out of Matthias. He'll go to your hunker like an idiot.
I was just curious.
What?
I was... Tell me.
What?
I was just curious.
Hey, is someone there? Greetings, Tess.
Hey!
What have we here?
Well, I never.
Hey! Mother of God!
Teresa, what are you playing at?
Look out.
Herbs, fresh
Easy.
About Mateo.
Yes?
I've brought you his dice.
I knew you'd do it. This is great. I'll bring it to him.
whatever the ailment, I've got the remedy. Come right up, good people. Herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
God be with you, Matthias. Listen, I found this dice. I believe it's yours.
My dice? But how? I thought it was in my trunk.
No, I found it outside. It was lying on the ground by the tavern, where the dance is going to be this evening.
That's odd. I could have sworn I put it away. Can I have it back?
People will be dancing all around there. They'd trample it into the ground for sure. It's a good thing I spotted it. Although, I don't suppose I'll be dancing this evening. No one's asked me.
I see. The dice? Please?
I'd put on a very pretty dress. And after the dance, I'd walk home with the boy who danced with me, if anyone asked me.
I'll take you, all right? And you'll give me my dice back.
Really? You'd take me?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. I'll see you this evening.
Right. Sure. Wait! What about my dice? Oh, for the love of God.
Whoa.
Healing herbs, ointment.
Okay.
They'll help with every pain and ailment. God be with you.
God save you, Tess.
Bianca, how come you're up so...
Papa has me running around from dawn till dusk. You know how it is.
Indeed I do.
I'm glad you're here, Tess. You've got to help me with some... But first, can you go and see Henry? He's at the sheepfold by the stockade, as usual.
Oh? Playing around with wooden swords again?
Aye. He's getting ready for the life of a mighty warrior.
Well, at least we know he'll be able to protect you from outlaws with wooden swords.
Oh well, boys and their games. Listen.
But why don't you bring it yourself?
If Pa saw me running after Henry, he'd tan my hide. But I can't leave him dry in this heat.
Alright, I'll bring the beer to him.
Thanks. And don't forget to...
Everyone knows all the beer in Skalitz is from you and your pa.
You know what I mean. And listen, Tess. Meanwhile, I'll make an excuse to Pa. I need you to go somewhere, but I'll tell you all about it after. Run along.
So I asked for a high price.
God be with you, Henry. Mind you don't get hurt.
Good day, Teresa. I'm quite hungry. How about you?
I brought you a beer. I'd say you'd need it after a hard battle.
Ah, great. It's as hot as Pa's Forge out here today. That's very sweet of you to get me a beer.
Actually, Bianca sent it. Her pa doesn't want her to come here.
Ah, I see. I'll make it up to her this evening.
I don't want to know how. How come you're training on your own today? You're usually here with that vagabond. What's his name?
Vanyek. And he's not a vagabond. He's a wayfaring combat master.
Well, it looks like he's off wayfaring somewhere else today.
Yeah, more likely sleeping off last night's boozing. Actually, since I've no opponent today, wouldn't you like to have a go? I mean, a bit of swordplay. I could teach you.
Me? Swordplay?
Sure. Why not?
All right then. I accept your challenge, young sir, but I must warn you, I can swat a mouse with a broom with my eyes closed.
Yeah, I knew you had the heart of a warrior. Let's go then. Come on then. Show me what you're made of. Whoever is the first to hit the other 10 times is the victor.
What if I hurt you, though?
Ah, don't worry. I can handle it.
Победа.
Don't go easy on me, Hal.
Ah, very good.
Henry, really? Now that is hardly chivalrous behavior. Now, I shall have to fight for my honor. Take that, you scoundrel! Oh. Are you alright?
Nothing, I'm fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you mad at me?
No, of course not. It's my own stupid fault.
Well, that'll teach you to go around slapping decent, God-fearing girls on the backside. Let me have a look at it.
No, it's only a scratch and a couple of splinters. And I didn't mean to, you know.
Show me that.
No, really, it's nothing.
You know how it is, Hal. He who lives by the sword
Dies by the splinter, eh?
There now. By the way, you owe Bianca for that beer.
Okay. Завтра